How to add fractions with unlike denominators. So, if you look at this, the denominators are different. They are unlike each other. So we're going to have to find a common denominator. We need to find an LCD, or least common denominator. But before we do that, let's draw each picture. So you have half of a whole. You're going to add it to 1/4. So what part of the whole do you have in all? Half of 1/4. I'm not sure. Is there another way to rename 1/2? See, there are 4 slices here, but I want to rename this 1/2 into 4 slices. Let's cut it into 4 pieces. Wait, isn't 1/2 the same thing as 2/4? So 2/4 plus 1/4 adds up to 3/4. So as you see, we found the common denominator. So 2 and 4 have a common denominator of 4. But what happens if you don't want to draw pictures? So let's try to do it without pictures. So we have 1/2. We have 1/4. We are going to create a ratio table. So what does 2 and 4 share in common? 8. No, we're looking for the least common denominator. What's the common denominator? 4. So 2, 4. Is there another way to rename 1/2 to 4? Skip count. 2, 4, 1, 2. So 1/2 is equivalent to 2, 4. And circle this 1/4 because these have a common denominator of 4. So what is 2, 4 plus 1/4? 2 plus 1 plus 1/4 is 3/4. So 2, 4 plus 1/4 is 3/4. Remember, add the numerator, keep the denominator the same. So the next picture, we could draw it, but I'm going to do it with the ratio table. A ratio table is where you have fractions that are all equivalent to each other. So let's start with our first one. 3/5 plus 1/4. So let's find a common denominator for 5 and 4. What does 5 and 4 share? 20. 20. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. Circle it, showing that they have a common denominator, 20. 5, 10, 15, 20. Circle it, showing that they have a common denominator of 20. So what is another way to rename 3/5? You could rename it as 6/10. You could rename it as 9/15. You could rename it as 12/20. 1/4 is equivalent to 2/8, 3/12, 4/16, and 5/20. So 12/20 plus 5/20 adds up to 17/20. So we found a common denominator, 20. We add a numerator. Next example, 2/3 plus 3/4. So what does 3 and 4 share in common? 12. 4, 8, 12. Circle it, showing that they have a common denominator, 12. 3, 6, 9, 12. So we just created a ratio table. What's another name for 2/3? 4, 6, 6, 9, 9, 12. 3/4 is the same as 6, 8, 9, 12. So stop. How embarrassing. 2, 4, 6, 8, 12. Oh, I don't know how to skip count. 2, 4, 6, 8. So that's 8, 12. So 2/3 is equivalent to 8, 12. 3/4 is equivalent to 9, 12. So what is 8, 12 plus 9, 12? 17, 12. But that's improper. Can we turn it to a mixed number? How many 12s go into 17? One time. If I take away 12, your remainder is 5. 1 and 5, 12. So 17, 12 is equivalent to 1 and 5, 12. Our last example, 3 fractions. 1/3 plus 1/4 plus 5, 6. What does 3, all these are unlike denominators, but what, so let's see, 3, 4, and 6, what do they share? 24. What about 12? 12. 3, 6, 9, 12. Circle it, showing they have a common denominator, 12. 4, 8, 12. Circle it, so they have a common denominator, 12. 6, 12. So, 1/3 is equivalent to 2, 6, equivalent to 3, 9, equivalent to 4, 12. 1/4 is equivalent to 2, 8, which is equivalent to 3, 12. 5, 6 is equivalent to 10, 12. So what do you get when you add 4, 12 to 3, 12, 7, 12, plus 10, 12, 17, 12? Hey, we just did this one. But let's turn it to a mixed number, in case you forgot. How many 12s go in 17? One time. The remainder is 5. 1 and 5, 12. So when you add fraction with unlike denominator, you must make sure they have a common denominator. Then you create a ratio table, you rename the fraction, and you add it up. Sometimes the fraction is improper, so you have to turn it to a mixed number. So this is how you add fractions with unlike denominators.